What is going on, everybody? It is your boy XX Canvas 395. We're officially live. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, what up, what up, what up? Appreciate you guys. Got plenty of videos coming at you. Trying to be consistent. Trying to get lots of content out. And today we got a good video. So we got lots of people. We got some great talkers for sure. So I'm excited to, you know, debate, talk about a lot of things, and let's get it. All right, I'll bring everybody in. All right, so we got Witzy, we got Goldie, and we got Sasha
hmm
today on stream chat, and we got a lot of topics to talk about today, but I think I mean just like an overview on some of them. We got Detroit got eliminated, the Pistons got eliminated. We got some Marvel and DC stuff. We got some versus content we can all debate about. Um, we got the Yachty and Caribou situation, and we got a few other topics too. So let's get into it. Honestly, so first we got Detroit got eliminated by the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson has been leading the team. Um, I don't know. I thought they were low key gonna pull it off. It said um one of the reporters said that there was nothing but positive comments for the coach of the Detroit Pistons. Nothing but positive comments. Personally, I have only really seen clips of him complaining, so I don't really know how I feel about him. But I mean, if the players like him, then I think that if it's important to the culture, then keep him around. But I would like to see the Pistons go on a run. Being from the area, I would like to see them back on top. So I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think?
All right, Pistons. Um, I was happy with how they played this year. Obviously, gone from last year being the lowest or one of the lowest teams. It's definitely cool to see them like make it as far as they did going to the playoffs. I think their team's pretty young from what I've seen. So they got a lot of talent there, but they haven't been to the playoffs in a while, so it's kind of new for a lot of their players. So I think this was a good experience for a lot of them. See what they can do. Hopefully next year they bounce back, come back harder, and eventually, or not eventually, but probably or hopefully make it past the first round. I didn't think this team was a championship caliber team. I think they definitely could have gone deep though into the playoffs, and I was excited to see what they would do. But
Yeah,
they got taken out. But Cunningham played well. Beasley, no, there's a lot of good things to take away from how the Pistons played this year. So I'm not like upset with how the team ended up.
I have to disagree. Um, there's I'm not gonna lie, like they're what six in the Western Conference right now. Like their overall standing is sixth in the goddamn conference, and like I'm pretty sure their win loss record is like 44-38. Call me crazy. I don't know what their record was for last year. If anyone knows off the top of the head, please say so. But I don't know what their standings were last year.
I think it says a lot. I mean, they were horrible last year.
Hold on,
I think
let
the
me just look right
turnaround
now.
they had from last year to this year is a, can only be seen in a positive way.
Hold on. So fucking the last 2 years they were shit. You're right.
Yeah.
22 was 17 wins.
they're
23 was
14 and
14
68
wins.
in
Yeah.
2023-24.
And
So
so so realistically speaking, yeah, they had a really great turnaround. But they're a great turnaround when it comes to staffing, coaching, and having players in the right spots. In like preseason, and maybe in maybe regular season two. But wasn't it 4-1? Like they lost. Like I'm sorry, was it 4-1? Right?
The
4-1, three
series,
one. The
they
series,
had
yeah.
2 wins to their 4, so
Oh,
there
four
is a 4-2.
4-2. Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
I I don't. This,
Here's the thing. I agree with what Witzy said because although although they ultimately ended up losing, Cade Cunningham is getting playoff experience, which is really good, and the rest of the team really is too. Plus, they're down a person. They're down who were they down? Jalen Duren, I think.
yeah, Durham
Or
isn't there. I mean, they lost Ivy early in this season.
yeah. So I mean, they're missing like key factors to like winning. So I mean, personally, bro, like I think overall, it's a step in the right direction after last season. They're already bouncing back to the playoffs. So it's a good sign. I just think that like in free agency we need to do something this year, bro. We need to do something. But yeah, ultimately
Yeah,
like I think Witzy's right because like that was spot on with that analysis, honestly, talking about that Cade Cunningham with the playoffs and really that's what matters is because all the players talk about all the time is like yeah, the regular season is cool, but playoff time is like when the players like try their hardest. They like play real defense. Like that's good
that
that they're
yeah
getting that experience for sure for the future.
yeah
if we're
that's like
gonna
every sport too. Like
if
playoffs
we
are a whole different game.
right, of course, yeah. Because like you have to hold up like LeBron MJ debate, and they're like LeBron's better because of stats, and they're like MJ's better because of finals, because of final wins. Yeah, I totally get that. Um, my other thing is you guys brought up players like Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey and maybe like Jalen Duran or like Malik Beasley as well. I don't. Yeah. I believe what he said something about like the right players and so on and so forth. I don't think like okay they have a good shot. They have good shot clock, good shot opening. I think the defense is kind of shit. I think the offense in the triple digits every single time. Even yeah, every single time they're always in triple digits. So I wouldn't blame this on the offense. I would blame this on how their defense is, how they transition from one side of the paint to the other.
Yeah.
The, the
Um.
thing is with
And
what you
I'm,
said, and I'm not negating really what you said, but like, bro, like when you said like Michael Jordan with championships
Final
versus
wins.
LeBron versus him having like points and everything, it's like bro, I think the right comparison because I've had so many conversations about music and who's the best, and I think like it really can't. There is no best unless you define the parameters of that because like I don't know. I personally like to say like who's the best like center, who's the best shooting guard, who's the best power forward because like a center has a different role than a point guard does and a shooting guard has a different role than a power forward does. You know what I'm saying? Like
mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's just how I feel because like championships, you could really say Bill Russell because he has 10 type shit.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah. Yeah. If you're going off of championship, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck it. We'll negate. I don't give a shit. If we're going off of championships alone, yeah, one could say Bill Russell. One could also still say MJ because of stats, of team, of chemistry, and then of wins. Because it was because Bill Russell, I'm pretty sure it wasn't 10 wins in a row, but for MJ, it was 3 wins in a row. That's a dynasty. That means you're running shit. You're running the NBA. That is what you're doing. And like
Yeah,
right now, we're in the handshake era of shit. That wasn't the case back then, and that wasn't the case with
yeah,
Bill Russell either.
yeah. I agree.
So
I mean, even like with LeBron, like smiling with like Anthony Edwards in like the middle of the game, like or at the end of the game, bro. It's like, come on, man. Like, where's like the LeBron on the Miami Heat that was like leaning over, like all mad, like against the Spurs.
Fuck that. Where was LeBron when they came back 3-1 against the Warriors? I like that LeBron too. I also like Steve Nash. I also loved who's that fucking guy from Celtics? What's his name? I can't remember his name all of a sudden.
What
Fucking
position does
fucking
he play?
he was at I'm pretty sure he was at a power forward or fucking
Jason
what the
Tatum, Jalen Brown,
fuck?
Al Horford,
No, tall white guy, blonde hair. No, he was on
Larry
the
Bird.
Lakers. Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
Larry
Oh, you're talking
Bird.
about older players.
Yeah, I didn't think you were talking about like pastime.
I was because I was talking about like he was talking Cam was talking about that kind of energy, and I was like, okay, well, Steve Nash had that kind of energy. LeBron had that kind of energy on the Heat and when he was going against the Golden State Warriors. Larry Bird always had that kind of energy. He never stopped chirping, talking shit, being physical. Fucking Shaquille O'Neal was that same fucking way. Like that kind of stuff. Like that isn't the case anymore. That's not the case. Fucking Rondo, when he was on the Celtics, was and Dwight Howard. Like these are physical motherfuckers. They can't. I mean, obviously you can't be doing that shit now. Well, you get ejected and shit. But that was. I guess me personally, I'm negating again. I guess I just missed that kind of ball. I just me personally though.
Yeah, I think everybody
Um,
does, and that's why I think the viewership is like a little lower, and that's why the NBA is really seeing like dips in the viewership is because one, I think the refs are really throwing, bro. Like every time I see a clip of the NBA, it's like always like a terrible call, bro. Like for real, like the
it's had
refs
it.
like
Mhm.
piss me off in the NBA now. Like
It's
it's
had
so
the
sad,
NBA,
bro.
man.
Like and the lack of physicality like pisses me off too. It's so refreshing to watch like hockey, bro, because like that when all the nations verse each other in hockey, there was like fights, and that was like great to see. Like after watching the NBA for a few years, like all these NBA fight clips you see are literally like them just like running up to each other, like pushing each other once, and then their teammates hold them back, or like the refs hold them back. Like there's no actual fight, bro. There was like CP3 and Rondo, but like one was like the other fight. Like Isaiah Stewart didn't even really get in like any fights this year, bro. Like they all like try and make it seem like he does, but like he really like I classify like a fight as like a fist fight. So it's like
Oh yeah.
to me like the last fight in the NBA was like the last real fight was CP3 versus Rondo.
I always wondered when it came to all the associations with sports, um, do they try to relate their rules to one another when it comes to ejections in relation to physicality? For example, um, just to agree with Canvas here, I think the two biggest sports that fumble a lot when it comes to ref calls are the NBA and the MLB. You can agree or disagree with me on that one.
LB, yeah, for sure.
But,
NBA.
but yeah, NBA, MLB, and the NFL is right up there. It's close fucking third. Real close fucking
Almost
third. There's
almost every sports like umpire or ref analysis has got controversy, especially nowadays.
straight the fuck up, yeah.
Like like me watching the Stanley Cups playoffs. There's calls, and I'll just be like, that's total BS.
or like one on one.
NFL, they'll be like, uh, what's the one of the penalties like rushing the passer, and they're like
Oh,
they'll just be
rushing the
like
passer, pass
yeah, they'll
interference,
be like yeah
unnecessary
they'll call
roughness.
yeah that they'll just say that's some like they'll call it a penalty and be like no like clearly not. Some refs are too soft, some refs are just hardcore and they won't call anything.
I like those refs. Those are my kind of refs. But yeah,
You
to
see it a lot
go,
more when it comes to playoffs
yeah,
because a lot of refs will try and let things slide to let the play happen, whereas in postseason they'll call anything because yeah.
yeah, they'll either call anything or not call shit because it's postseason.
Hmm.
But I always
Goldie, I think you cut
having
out.
hello, am I good?
You're here. You're
You're
here.
good.
Okay. But I wondered if all the associations in relation to sports had a reference when it comes to ejection in relation to physical altercations in games. For example, if, for example, corner wide receiver, they're going to be aggressive to each other versus a nose tackle and a left guard. One is definitely going to be more physical than the other one, and sometimes when that shit happens, normally what I see is just a personal, like a personal foul, and it's like a 15-yard penalty. Then next time they get ejected. Versus in the NBA, one single fight happens, that guy's ejected. Versus in the MLB, if in the MLB, if a pitcher even gets remotely close to hitting the batter, and like the batter has probable cause to why is he hitting me? Why would you do it? Obviously, he's gonna rush the stand. Like he's gonna rush the fucking field and whoop that pitcher's ass. He's
Well,
trying to
that
knock
makes
his ass
sense,
out with
I guess.
yeah, he's trying to knock his ass out with like an 85 to 90 on average, 85 to 90 mile per hour ball.
Yeah, you
In
don't want to
hockey, it
get a
works
whelp from one
differently.
of those things, man.
Well, yeah, but in hockey, it works differently. Like under certain rules and parameters, two people can box. Like literally throw fucking hands.
There's no rule for it. You just do it, and then it's a penalty.
That's what I'm saying. Like no one's ejected, it's a penalty, but you're still throwing hands. The refs are just reffing the fight now. I was always super curious about like that, like if they all ever talked about it was just a random side thought I had.
Talked about what?
How to handle physical altercations in the respective
Well,
sports.
even hockey was trying to crack down on the fights and make it more family friendly and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
And I was
They
like,
fail.
bruh, like it's like all the sports are like trying to like change a
They
little
like
bit.
early 2000s.
I don't like it.
late
Early 2000s was like prime sports, bro, for sure.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
early
hell yeah.
2000s and back for hockey. Big hits, fighting happening. Now, like you get a big hit here and there, might get a penalty for it. They barely let them fight.
Dude, fucking
Like they let them like shove each other, but then the refs are in there almost a second later to break it up.
bro,
Yo. Big A, you
Huh?
here? Is
That's you,
he
Sasha,
here?
by the way, Sasha.
Is Sasha here? does-
Sasha.
I don't know. Maybe he disconnected.
He's been on mute.
Yeah, he's just muted.
All right. Okay. Yeah, but I think the 2000s was a good era, bro.
Yeah.
I think in the NFL that shit lasted until like probably like 2015, 2016. Because if everyone else remembers the Legion of Boom, that was a whole different fucking era. That was you had monstrous hits happening every other fucking play. Refs not calling it or just saying intentional roughness and just giving them 10, 15 yards and just calling it good. You had people leaving the field on stretchers like every other game. Like that's at its core. That's what a contact sport is. That's what it is.
Well, I don't know about like people leaving on stretchers after like every football game type shit. Like
okay,
that's
let me all right, bet. Let me clarify here.
That's a little like crazy.
Let me clarify. I got you. Let me clarify. You get a leg injury, you leave in a stretcher. You get a back injury, you leave in a stretcher. You get a head injury, you leave in a stretcher. If it's like, unless it's like an arm injury, or like
I mean, just because you leave on a stretcher don't mean you're out for the game.
Yeah, exactly. You're leaving that stretcher. Doesn't matter what kind of injury it is for the most part. Unless it's like maybe an arm or like a minor ankle injury, you probably leaving the gator. But other than that, you're probably leaving a stretcher. Like, fine, to make it more family friendly, you're probably going to be out of the game for the remainder of that game. Is what I mean. If people were being injured.
End of the day, sports aren't as physical as they used to be.
Indeed. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, concussions are bad. They're horrible. They can kill you. Injuries are bad. They're horrible. They can.
But it's crazy because like with today's day and days te- today's technology, like we have the equipment that like stops a concussion back then to what equipment they used to have. So it's like, why are we lighter on our hits now when we have the equipment that's not going to cause as much pain?
I don't think they're
Exactly.
lighter on the hits. Where are you guys getting that from?
No, I
I
bet.
mean, like
Hold on.
hockey, like they aren't railing into each other. Like they're
I
not.
know.
Just,
A better question to ask Cam is, what sport are you relating that question to?
Football.
just say hockey, football for sure. Their helmets, like
Damn it.
And hockey too. I don't think they're hitting each other lighter, bro. Like what?
Hockey players are more padded up than fucking football players. Then again, they're going faster, but they're padded up to the fucking teeth. You and fucking Witzy were both used to be hockey players, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
played
you
for a
guys
few
know
years.
you got like I was a football player. I'm getting shoulder guard helmet and some half ass leg pads. That's what I got. If I want more shit, I have to go out and get more shit. Unless coincidentally in the outhouse they coincidentally have more equipment for like maybe my upper back or maybe my tailbone or my hips. But for you guys, your arm like you guys got some pretty good fucking padding. If you get hit hard in hockey, that
No, no, I got hit
me
hard in
per
hockey. I broke my arm, so
I got hit hard one time in football. Fucked up my leg. I stretched and I got back on the field.
The only time I've gotten like rocked before by getting hit in hockey, but like the only time I got injured was when I like slipped, honestly, because I didn't get my skate sharpened in like a minute. So, but I don't know. I've also
You like
fucked some people up too. I mean,
you mean
but
like
that's what I'm
you injured
saying. Like,
yourself?
I don't know, like, where are you getting that people are like hitting lighter from? Like,
maybe not hitting lighter. I just feel like the physicality of sports aren't as much like isn't as shown as it used to be. Like we
well,
said,
when you
early
say
two
sports,
thousands,
what are you talking about? Like, who are you talking about?
like
It's
hockey.
in general, dude.
Like in general, sports used to be more physical. Like
Yeah, like in
like
general, yeah, like football. Like we just talked about this in NBA in the NBA. You touch anyone who's going for a layup or a dunk, you're gonna get called for a personal. It might even be a fucking tech as well in football.
Yeah,
You
if you're
get you
Draymond
get you
Green,
yeah. But in football, if you get hard, if you get hit super hard, like as hard as probably back in like 2015, plus below minus, they're probably gonna call that uh unintentional roughness. That's a 10 to 15 right there. And I don't know. I can't speak for hockey. I don't watch hockey that much. I can speak for baseball though. When it comes to baseball, if a pitcher even gets close to hitting a fucking batter, they're gonna get a warning or ejected, or they're just gonna get ejected on the spot. Like
yeah.
they don't fuck around. I mean, with the baseball one, I told the kid that shit can fuck you up for sure. Like you said yourself, you're gonna get a nasty welt wherever it lands. And imagine it lands in your face. What if it hits your arm? Can't bat. What if it hits your leg? Can't run. Football is the same concept. NBA is the same concept, but except you have no padding in it. At least in baseball, you got a helmet. You might have an elbow guard too. But in the NBA, you get hit while going for a
I mean,
layup.
old baseball, like back like 1900s era, like
Uh,
they didn't have the equipment they have now. They didn't have fucking elbow guards and shin guards for when they're up on bat.
right.
So like I'm just like what I was originally saying, like how things aren't as physical out there is like the equipment's different than it was then, but yet then they were way more physical with each other, but the equipment wasn't as good. But today's technology, I have a hockey helmet that is more pro against causing a concussion. Like it helps with helping not getting concussion. Same with football. But back then, football helmets weren't as great as they are now. But they're hitting each other left and right way more out there. Why are
Well,
they?
yeah, bro, and like that all goes to like science, bro, because like especially with football, I'm talking about because football and boxing are like, bro, you can damage your brain so quickly. Like I pulled this up and it
Hmm.
says American football is a sport that involves approximately 1.5 million young men with an estimated 1.2 million injuries sustained annually. So that's every year.
Hmm.
So,
Let's
I mean,
also
I don't know. If I
take
played
both sides.
football, bro, I would not want to be like taking hella hits, bro. Like because
Oh,
you,
nobody is.
especially like as like a runner, I feel like quarterbacks can kind of like get away with it a little bit because like they're not like taking like head on like hits, but like the people that do like the runners and like the people the linemen, um, bro,
I
like
feel like the linemen are the best for not getting hit because all they're doing is dealing with holding off. They don't
All
have a guy
right,
charging them to
yeah,
tackle
but
them.
they're on the
all
front
right.
line, literally like clashing like every play against like another person, bro.
So like, okay, so we're talking football specifically. When it comes to the QB, if like QB, okay, so that's what sacks are. You
Yeah.
sack the QB. Like me personally, as a nose guard, which is the guy who's like right in front of those five linemen, or as a middle linebacker. So there's those two, and then there's three behind them. Like I'm the guy in the middle. I have two objectives. My first objective is see if they're gonna do a run or a pass play. My second objective is okay if they're okay if it's a run, I'm going right through that line, and I am slamming whoever has the ball. And if not, if they're going for a pass, I'm seeing who's open, and I'm slamming whoever's getting the ball, or whoever the QB's throwing the ball to. This like this is not a case of all right, let's see what it is. Try tackle it. No, we want to absolutely lay out whoever's got it. If it's the QB, that's all the better. We fuck
Yeah,
up the
I know.
QB.
Whoever has
Guess
the
what
ball
happens?
is the number one target to be hit. Like that's
And
how it
it's
goes. You want
and
the
it
ball.
and it's much better if it's the QB because we fuck up the QB. Guess what? QB's out of the game. They got
All
to
I'm
bring in second
saying,
string.
all I'm saying is I think it's like a little bit of the players getting paid too much, and also I think it's like the refs, man, because like I think the officiating in like every sport has just been pretty bad, like what we were talking about earlier. But like players getting paid so much, like the NBA, bro. Like if you get $50 million for like 4 years, like that's 20 or $50 million for
And
4 years. That's like how much is that over 4 years?
it's like 12.5.
Oh,
Twelve
there he
point
is.
five
There's
million.
Sasha.
Bro, like
Is
would you like
that-
be like grinding as hard? It's like the McGregor situation. Like when
Yeah.
McGregor was down and like in the dumps and stuff, like he was grinding and stuff. Like when he got like $500 million or whatever after fighting Floyd, he like stopped caring. He became like a
Yeah.
different person type
yeah,
thing.
but
So
like,
I don't know. I just think players get like paid like crazy amounts, bro. Like crazy amounts.
Oh yeah. If
I,
you want
I,
to see crazy amounts, look
And
at baseball. That's got the craziest amount of
and
salaries out.
I say that to say that may be a contributing factor to like, oh, like you're grinding your whole life, now you're making like tens of millions of dollars over like a few years. Like, bro, like you don't really like have to like try as hard. Like you don't need food on the table. Like you have everything. Like you could really
Yeah.
retire after a year or two and be set for the rest of
I
your life.
I have to disagree with you. You're looking at from one side. Now look at that from the other side. Now you talked about Kevin Witzy talked about MLB pays crazy, but yeah, NBA does too. So the highest paying NFL player right now, and I believe is Dak Prescott. Pretty sure he has a 200. He has a 4 year, $240 million contract. So that's 60 million a year. Now, you're saying that what Canvas is saying is I'm getting paid good, therefore I got because I got a contract, therefore I got to try that hard. Now let's see from the other side. I am a high paying athlete. At any moment, if I fuck up or if I don't live up to those expectations, eventually one of these days, someone's gonna give me good. Someone's gonna hit me like gonna hit me while I'm lacking. And now the contract, that money, gone. In an instant. Retirement? What about it? It's no longer on the
Well,
horizon.
what do you mean the money's gone in an instant? Because if you're getting like $12 million a year, bro, like you're definitely getting paid. You're definitely getting paid. The money's not like disintegrating or anything. Like you still have hella money to work with. Like 12 million, you could make generational wealth off $1 million probably. Like $12 million type shit, like an NBA contract for like a probably. What's like the average contract for like an NBA player? Let me look it up real quick. What's the average contract NBA
It is
player?
3.2 million.
3.2 million.
Yep.
Average NBA salary for the 2024-25 season is approximately 11.9 million.
That's the NBA. I'm talking NFL. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yeah, the
How about this?
NBA is 11.9 million.
Nah,
And
we were
I
brought this out
I don't know.
for
I just think it's wild, bro. It really is. It really is wild because like you're making so much money. That's the average player. That's not LeBron James. LeBron James is making $50 million a year, bro. Like 50
that goes
million.
back.
You think LeBron gives a fuck, bro? Like he is
Yeah.
getting like $50 million. Giannis, Damian
Yeah.
Lillard, they're all getting $50 million a season, bro. Like at the end of the day, they
Do
don't
you think?
like they're
Sorry,
good.
go on.
I'm not saying they're bad whatsoever, but I'm just saying like maybe that's a contributing factor for like more of the average players to not really to
And I'm,
coast
and I,
basically. Like when LeBron said Bronny was better than some of the NBA players, I think a lot of the reason some of the people gave validity to that statement was because like yeah, like some people it's not everybody, but like some people do coast in the NBA.
okay. And I can also say they could also say, oh, well, when LeBron says that Bronny is better than a good amount of people in the NBA, their reasoning could also be LeBron is one of the best players in the NBA. His son is getting trained, let alone is playing with one of the best players in the NBA. That's talent. That's Bronny got given the keys to the kingdom. That is exactly what happened. No shit to Bronny. Nothing at all. He's put in the hard work and dedication. That does not mean he he didn't have those opportunities right fucking there. Like they weren't put they were kind of put right in front of him.
He was like a decent high school player, but like you have to remember he had that I'm pretty sure he had like heart surgery his year in college.
He
And then
did, yes.
I think he went to the NBA after that,
He did, yeah.
right?
He did. It was questionable,
Am I
yeah.
remembering that correctly?
You all remember that correctly. But to go back to the original point where I was like looking at the other side.
So really like he really wasn't putting in the work because he couldn't because he was injured. That's why I said that because like
I'm not talking about Bronny though. The only thing I was talking about with Bronny was he's a hardworking guy. He persevered. He has determination. He has the skill and the talent.
yeah,
But
sure.
he
He
was
is
given the
hardworking for
keys.
sure.
But he was given the keys to the kingdom. And people could also say that um, Bronny is better than a good amount of people in the NBA. It could be because of the coaching, like they're making good money, so why should they try? But it also could be because
I would not
he
say
is
that. Hold on. What's
I don't know.
Bronny's highest NBA game
Point.
points wise? 17
Um,
points, bro. Hold on.
let's see. It's 38. No, my bad. I'm looking at the wrong
That's
number.
got to be in the G League. He's never scored
No,
big points in the NBA.
I'm looking at the wrong.
He tied career high with 17 points on 7 out of 10 shooting from the field, knocked down 2 3-pointers, added 5 assists. So he got 17 and 5. That was his career high. And that was
No,
playing
no.
35 minutes against the
I'm
Warriors.
okay. We're okay. I don't want to get on the whole Bronny. I'm not talking about Bronny. I don't want. I don't want. I'm not him. I'm more like I want to go back to the original point of this of the conversation, which was I'm at this train of thought here. The whole fucking people. Just because people are getting paid good doesn't mean they're gonna coast. And I wanted to look at the other side because just because someone's getting paid good doesn't mean they're not worrying about what's gonna happen next. People, this is retirement money. This is true. This is coasting money. That is also true. I've got to try that part because I'm paid this good. That is also true. But also, looking from the other side, MJ, I'll give examples. MJ, Will Chamberlain, Magic Johnson, Steve Nash, Derrick Rose. All of them have had traumatic injuries affecting their sport. If they couldn't come back, that money is no longer guaranteed, and they don't know if they're gonna see the light day when it comes to that money. Even if they did got that money,
Yeah, but unless you're a bust like Greg Oden.
Hold on. I'm still going. Hold on, let me finish.
All right.
Even if they did get that money, they didn't stop doing as good as they were doing. MJ, like we all know the story. MJ was too short. Still made to the fucking NBA league. He got the deal with Nike. I'm sorry, he got the deal with Nike, then Jordan, which made his own sub brand, and still kept going. He left the league, came back, and still put on a good performance. Derrick Rose, we all know, like we all know iconically, Derrick Rose is famous for fucking up his legs. Like we all know that, right? Like he's fucked this shit up so many times. He's come back every single time, though. Same thing with Steve Nash. Magic Johnson got AIDS. Still balled out. He actually has his own like founders thing going on. He has his own association to spread awareness for AIDS. I'm sorry. You can go.
Nah, man. I was just gonna say it. I mean, unless you're like a complete bust like Greg Oden, like, and you have like a career-ending like injury, like before your contract is done, like Derrick Rose like already like proved himself and like got his team to the finals. So regardless of his injury, even though it was one of the NBA's worst injuries, like teams were still gonna want him. Like he wasn't like an unwantable person, but also like of course that's gonna affect your trade value. But I mean, and you're saying like all that money's gone, but like a case like
No,
Derrick Rose, like bro, like the money was still there. It might have not been like crazy because yeah, that probably did affect his trade value, but I mean, the money was still there, bro. He was one of the faces of the NBA like around that time.
I'm sorry. Not gone. I said not guaranteed. Not gone. It wasn't guaranteed. I do agree with the whole trade value, but it isn't guaranteed after the fact. How many times did Derrick Rose fuck that shit up?
Bro, NBA players get injured a lot. It just depends on the type of injury you're talking about. I looked it up. He was drafted in 2008 and he got injured and fucked up his knee in 2012.
257 times. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm tripping. One,
Wait,
two,
wait.
three, four. 4 injuries. All of them were on his legs. Legs below. ACL, right meniscus, another right meniscus, left meniscus, and then ankle. You said 4. I'm sorry. One's on his hip. I don't know what meniscus. Oh, you can say that right. But it's ankle, hip, knee, and knee. But I do remember back in the day when I was a kid, like But David Brooks got injured. Fuck up his ACL again. Fuck up his ankle.
All right. I think it's time to move into more of a debate style um portion that we have planned with the Marvel versus DC movies. Um where would you guys like to start off? You guys want to do we had Spider-Man movies versus Batman movies, or we could do Iron Man movies versus Superman movies. We can come up with any combination um
Um,
that you guys want, or if you guys are watching this on YouTube and you guys would like to see a matchup, make sure you guys hit the comments.
uh,
Or
not
just
not in specifics. I'd say Marvel movies are better than DC. Not, like that being very broad.
oh you're saying that.
In broadness, I think.
And
Yeah.
we can
Quality,
also
like, go ahead.
we can also debate as well certain character variation versus other certain characters. Like for example, Flashpoint Batman versus maybe we can do like Spider Punk Spider Man or Ultimate Spider Man.
Are we doing? I thought we were sticking to movies.
But no, no,
Yeah.
I'm just saying like that's also like if you want to get more into the nit and gritty. But we can stick to
Well,
movies
I mean, you can go nit and greedy off like
because like
fucking what's his name?
No, yeah, let's just stick to movies, bro. That'll be more
Yeah.
simple.
we'll do that.
That'll be easier to
No,
cover.
like
We can get into the comics and everything and like variations like another time.
I'd
Next
say all right.
video.
It's different.
Like when we're talking like Spider-Man versus Batman, right? Movie
Movies, yeah,
wise.
yeah.
Are we talking like all the Spider-Mans, like Tom
Specific.
Holland, Andrew Garfield,
Yeah, all the
Tobey
movies
Maguire?
versus all the movies.
Yeah.
All right.
Like the specific like you can say Tobey Maguire Spider Man one, you can say Tobey Maguire Spider Man two, or you can say Andrew Garfield Spider Man two, or you
I'd
can say
say
Tom Holland No Way Home Spider Man No Way Home versus
yeah. So
Batman Begins or Dark Knight Rises.
yeah. So like Batman from Batman Begins, Dark Knight, all that
Uh,
is the for me at least the best
which
depicted
one?
version of Batman.
Which one? Batman Begins and the Dark Knight Rises.
Well, that series
Oh,
of
I see. Okay.
like that those three movies because those are all connected in that timeline, that version of Batman
Mm-hmm.
versus I'd say all three Spider-Man have done a good job at their Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Tobey Maguire being like the OG for them.
Oh, play it was first,
Um,
yeah.
so I'd say like both like I love um why can't I think what is that Batman actor? Why can't I think of his name?
Which one?
Um
For Dark
um
Knight?
yeah,
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. I think Christian Bale's Batman is great. I feel like him and Toby both did great at their characters, and for me, it's hard to say whose movies were better.
I think because because this is now I example this one as a debate because I believe it's a good debate for the reasoning of there are different personas of both characters involved. For example, one could say that Christian Bale was a better Bruce Wayne. One could say
Yeah,
that Tobey Maguire encapsulates what like Tobey Maguire is a better Spider-Man
Encapsulates
versus
Goldie. The hoes are not around. You do not have to
I'm
use
not
those words.
I talk the way I want to talk. All right, go pick your nose or something.
Fair enough, bro.
Um, fucking, and you could say Tobey Maguire was the best combination of Spider-Man and Peter Parker, or you can say Tobey Maguire was the best Spider-Man,
so
or you
to
can say
add on to talk about like that, I'd say like Tobey Maguire was the best Peter Parker to me. I'd say Andrew Garfield was the best Spider-Man. I think his movies were the best action filled.
uh,
And then I'd say Tom Holland is like a good in between, but I feel like he's still like the little brother compared to Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield on how to play Spider-Man.
I'd say Toby. Okay, because this is within parameters. I would say Toby Maguire is the best of both. Personally, I'd say Andrew Garfield is a better Spider-Man. I would say Tom Holland is a better Peter Parker.
I feel like Tom Holland is lucky because he just has Marvel and like Disney's like crew and writers. So like
That's true. That's true. But back in the
he's got
day,
that type of team behind him to create his version of Spider-Man.
that's true. But back in the day, to talk to Tom Holland or even I think Andrew Garfield too, like Spider-Man was owned by Sony.
Mm-hmm. And it still is,
If
from my understanding.
uh, okay, fine. I don't know that much. I don't know if they still are, but let's just for the sake of the argument assume they are. I would say when it comes to movie versus movie, yeah, I'd say The Dark Knight Rises versus uh Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 1.
I'd say Dark Knight Rises. I feel like I was more captured by that movie than Tobey Maguire's.
I would say oh, I just gotta fucking remember. Okay, that's one with Bane, right?
No, it's more Scarecrow.
Oh, I thought Bane was in that one. Okay,
No,
I thought
Bane's
that
in the
was
third one.
Does Dark
The
Knight
Dark
well,
Knight.
Rises not have the Joker with Heath Ledger?
That's the second
that's the
Batman.
second. Yeah,
Hmm.
but no, my dumbass fucking okay.
So you're thinking Batman Begins.
No,
Or not Batman
oh,
Begins.
I'm making no. It's Dark Knight Rises. Bane's in that one. Could have swore Bane's in that one.
That's the third one.
Bro, y'all are not about to do Spider-Man 1 dirty over
First of
Scarecrow
all,
as the villain, bro. Like,
I'm
what?
gonna say this. I'm
Green
gonna say this right
Goblin
now.
solos Scarecrow as a villain
We're not talking. We're
completely,
not
bro.
going talking who would
We can,
beat each
yeah, we
other up.
can, yeah, we can. I mean, we can. I'm
Yeah,
down. I am
yeah,
down.
but then you're gonna go down the Batman like prep time whole scenario, and I hate when people
No, no,
bring
no,
up
no, no,
prep
no, no,
time
no. Actually,
because
if
that's
you want
all
to go
Batman's
down,
thing is
no,
prep
no, no, no,
time.
no, 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 no. Fuck
You
that. Fuck
guys
that.
don't
Fuck that.
think that Green Goblin would solo
Hold
Scarecrow?
on. Hold
Because
on.
he would solo
We
Scarecrow,
could
bro.
hold on. We
That
could
Scarecrow,
do.
yeah, he would.
I'm gonna hurt y'all. I'm gonna hurt y'all. We could do a rogues gallery face off. For example, Green Goblin versus Scarecrow, Doctor
Green Goblin's winning
Octopus,
that easily.
Doctor Octopus versus Poison Ivy, whatever.
Let's
Actually, honestly,
let's stick
I
to the
thought,
movies right now. Let's stick to the movies right now.
anyways, you guys got me heated. I'm gassed. Okay,
All right,
okay. Can we also?
I'd say Tobey Maguire's three movies beat Christian Bale's three movies of Batman.
Yeah, I agree
I,
with that.
I, I, I
Because Christian Bale's third Batman movie flopped.
The
it
only
did.
From my
memorable
perspective.
movie from the Batman series was the Heath Ledger one. I'm sorry.
So Batman: The Dark Knight.
Like, I'm pretty sure,
That
like,
is. I'm gonna
bro,
hurt you.
this shouldn't even be like a hot take. Like, Heath
It,
Ledger's Batman is the only reason that Batman has been popular in the 2000s, bro. Because, like,
but that
back in the
Batman
day they
movie
had
itself
no, no,
is
no, no, let me finish. Back in the day they had like crazy actors as the villains. They had Jim Carrey, Arnold Schwarzenegger. They had, I don't know, like a bunch of people like playing the villains. And it's like, bro, like who they got now, bro? I'll give it to you, like they did have like, like some good actresses as Catwoman, but like, bro, like who do they have as like the villains that are
covered.
like
Amazon
crazy, like,
glazing the
bro?
Catwoman act. That's insane.
Hey, you know.
Hey, I'm a Marvel fan over. I like Marvel more than DC, but like I'll give DC their props on like their good movies because DC now I don't think makes good movies.
I
The
wish.
way they film their CGI, I think it's off-putting. But I
I
think they're
think,
like
yeah, no, I agree. I think the
Christian
last good
Bale's
DC
like
movie
Batman
I
was
seen was Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that was
Um,
like good.
I don't know. It was in like 2022 or
Okay,
something.
okay,
But that
okay.
was like it. Like they haven't really done like Shazam. Shazam wasn't that great. I mean, it was all right. What was it? What's Dwayne the Rock Johnson's one? Fucking
Oh, Black Adam, Black
Black
Adam.
Adam.
Black Adam flopped. You know, Suicide Squad 2 wasn't really that crazy good, at least to me.
I like the first Suicide Squad.
The first one, yeah,
Absolutely.
sure, and you know what I thought
The
makes it
second
good
one was
is the
good. What do you mean?
groundedness.
With the giant star you're talking about? You didn't like that one?
Yeah,
Oh, Star
I
Wars.
don't know.
No,
I
that
hate
that
when they have to get all CGI with it. Like I like more grounded movies where it doesn't have to be so crazy. You don't need to have this outer space fucking
That's what
monster
they
coming in.
do every DC movie,
it's
bro. With
time
General
out, time
Zod,
out.
bro.
We
Literally
have to time
every
this
DC
out.
movie.
It's because now me personally, I'm more of a DC fan versus a Marvel's fan. And I
Okay.
talked to Canvas about this. I talked to Canvas about this before we started the stream. DC's universe is just more redonkulous from the jump than Marvel's is, and that's a fact.
Yeah, but we're talking movies, so we're not talking about all
No,
that
no, no,
comic
no, no, no. I'm going
bullshit.
based off of what you said because you talking
I
about
would debate
CGI
you on
shit.
that because I would argue that's not true.
I would argue it is true.
Let's
I
start with
think Marvel
okay.
movies have done
No, no,
more
no, no. Let's do this. Let's do
crazy
this.
shit.
So let's start with the Avengers versus the Justice League.
Justice League wins. Kidding me?
No, 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 no. With the premise that you said that DC starts quote unquote more redonkulous. So that means like DC starts like more crazy than Marvel does. So let's do the Avengers versus Justice League. And what do you mean by crazy? Like let's clarify that real quick.
Okay, crazy ridiculous. I would say it would be harder to have a more accurate and entertaining movie, well, detail oriented movie in DC versus Marvel. That's what I would say.
Wait, can you say
So
that
it's
again one more
Or
harder.
time?
Wait, it's harder for them to have start a DC movie.
okay, I'm sorry. Let me put it in a fucking different way. I believe that it's harder in general in general to encapsulate DC as a whole because there is more going on than what is showed, let alone portrayed in the Marvel universe.
Well, that's up to
That
the director and producers like choice on how to depict their team of injustice
because
or whatever.
to go back, Canvas um talked about General Zod for a second. That Superman movie. Um, that
Well, did you ever define like what we were talking about, bro? I've been waiting to like hear your answer for that.
that's what I just said. That's what I
What
just
did you say? What did you say?
I said it's more difficult to encapsulate the entire DC universe than it is versus the Marvel universe.
They should have
That's
did what
what
Marvel did then. Marvel gave each character their like individual show or movie. Like Iron Man got his, Captain America got his, and they slowly intertwined them all to lead to the Avengers, so you understood them, and then you weren't confused with this whole thing. Like DC did with Injustice was all of a sudden there's Batman and versus Superman, and they kind of showed Wonder Woman in that movie, but then all of a sudden there's Aquaman, there's Cyborg, and all that. There's all these like, all right, how is this happening? How is that happening? Oh, now we're all of a sudden versing Dark Siege, like, or well, you're not versing him
Dark
directly, but
Side,
you're
Dark
Dark Side.
Side.
Sorry, but you're all of a sudden he's the main threat. But obviously they didn't verse him because they versed Steppenwolf. But like he was like Steppenwolf was like Loki to Thanos, like was sent
Okay,
by them to take over. But like they kind of came in, it was just like poof, all of a sudden we're dealing with this. For Marvel, like every movie was leading up to the Avengers fighting Loki, and then that led to more stuff that eventually led to Thanos. Like they gave good stepping stones where I think DC didn't. They just kind of threw it all in there. They didn't give any backstory.
I got you. Batman has his own movie. One. Flash has his own movie. Two. Wonder Woman has her own
After
movie. No, 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 I'm done. Wonder Woman has her own movie. Three. Flash has his own movie. Four. What's his name? I hate saying it. Unfortunately, Green Lantern has his own shitty fucking
no,
movie.
we're
I'm
talking.
not gonna lie, bro. I the whole time when you said that Marvel, or you said that. What would you say that Marvel was, or DC was more ridiculous than Marvel or whatever,
Yeah,
more crazy?
yeah,
I thought
yeah.
you were talking about like their powers and stuff. I didn't think you were talking
I
about
I
their
am
movies and
That's
I
what
stuff.
I
was
thought
I
I
at
was
first
I
too.
misunderstood that.
was I was in the beginning. I really I was. Honestly, I was.
Yeah, because I was
I,
gonna
I,
say
I
I don't
mean,
know, man. I think the Avengers match up like power wise, like probably
no,
better than
no,
the Justice League.
no,
well, because
no.
you're gonna dick ride Superman and be like, oh, he carried the book of
I'm not gonna
infinite
dick
pages
ride.
and
Are
all
you
that, and it's
kidding
just like
me?
we're
Yeah, I
talking about
definitely think
movies,
the
and I just think
Avengers could
Marvel's done a
definitely
better
do
job with
some
their
damage,
movies
bro.
on their characters.
Big A,
I
what do
will
you
say
think?
that. All right. Wait, see, I'll say this much. I think Marvel did a really good job in reading all the stories together. I won't argue. Yeah, they did an amazing job. Only one I would even have to argue against is Thor: Dark World. What the fuck, seen Thor: Dark
Oh
World?
yeah, for sure. Like they had a few
What
flops,
the fuck? Other than that, I think
but
in
almost
general,
all of DC's movies for their characters have flopped. Green Lantern
like
flopped huge time, huge.
I
Flash
did say
got his
I
movie after Justice League, kind of flopped. I don't know really how well that did. Aquaman was probably their best thing they did, but then the second one flopped.
uh,
Superman, Man of Steel was pretty good, and then
it was.
Batman versus Superman was pretty good, but it wasn't on the level of Captain America, the first Avenger, Iron Man 1 or 2 or 3. Well, 3 was kind of bad, in my opinion.
It was okay. It was kind of mid. It wasn't. It
Thor, the
wasn't
first
good.
Thor was pretty good. The
Thor was
Dark
good.
World, pretty bad. Ragnarok was pretty good. Love and
Yeah.
Thunder
Iron
was
Man 3
ass.
was good, bro. You guys are
I love.
tripping.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Thor: Love and Thunder was fucking amazing. I love Thor:
I
Love and
didn't
Thunder.
hate it, but I didn't love it. But I'm just saying, like, Marvel has. But that's the thing also with Marvel is they're, well, they're stopping now as of since Thunderbolts, but they started doing after Endgame quantity over quality.
True,
But
true, true.
but around Endgame, a little bit before that, all their movies were pretty good. Like how they did the Guardians of the Galaxy, they did great with all three of those movies.
That was such a random pull. I'm so glad they did that and they
And
executed it
then
well.
Doctor Strange, they did pretty good with.
That was good too. Yeah.
Shang-Chi, I liked.
Oh, the Ten Rings.
Yeah, that was
That was
actually
good.
pretty good.
Uh, I think their best
Civil
pull.
War,
Civil War was solid. Civil War
Ultron,
was
I liked, but I feel like
Ultron was
people
a
hate on it too
banger.
much.
Ultron was okay. Ultron as a standalone movie, not knowing any of the backstory of anyone else, you learned everything you need to learn through the
Mm-hmm.
actions of the characters.
Yep.
And
I mean, they brought
that,
in one of the best characters in there, being Wanda.
yeah, and Vision.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, too that too. I don't know if you guys have seen Thunderbolts. I really liked it mainly because my main favorite character is Sentry
Essentially,
Nah, I never
in the
seen
comics.
Thunderbolts.
So, well, it just dropped. I actually liked it. And actually, it's like the first good Marvel movie since like Spider-Man: No Way Home, because it was more grounded. It wasn't rushed. It wasn't constantly trying to be funny. Like I got that vibe from Thor: Love and Thunder. Is like Thor's always trying to just be funny at this point. So
Yeah,
what
I
they're
mean they
gonna
did kind
what
of ruin his character, him and Hulk, man.
stop
yeah,
it. Thor is good. Okay,
No,
Hulk.
bro.
Thor's good, but
Thor is the
like
butt of every joke now. When they made him fat, he was the butt of a joke. He's the joke in all
yeah,
of his movies. Like,
Dude, are you kidding me? Thor's been through some tragic shit, dog. You
he
kidding me?
has, but he's always
yeah, so that
trying.
should make him like
Everything's
battle hardened, bro. That shouldn't make him
yeah.
like
He's
It
always
like
trying
did.
to
the
laugh.
butt of the
It
joke and him
fucking
always making jokes, bro.
it
Like,
did. It fucking did. It okay. Let's talk about how Thor one tap Zeus. Okay, let's talk about how Thor brought color to a colorless world. Okay, let's talk about how Thor whooped uh the God Butcher's ass.
you can
And
talk
it's
about
Yeah,
that,
and they
and the
wait.
movies still have
Don't
him doing cool stuff, but like at the same time, bro, like you can't deny the fact that you're just saying cool stuff that he does without acknowledging the fact that he is like the butt of the joke in like a lot of the
I would
movies that come out
Yeah,
with
like
him
the
nowadays.
goats that they added in that movie. Like, why are the goats screaming every other fucking scene?
I don't. Okay.
Gore the God Butcher should have been more deadly. He's a huge character in the comics, and in the movie he shouldn't be a one movie villain.
Well, I
Like
know
there
in the movie they definitely speed ran through like
and
his
Thor also
actual butchering.
shouldn't be just giving a bunch of kids his power like it's nothing. You know how he did that? He gave them all, and they all had these random pieces of metal and tools, like, and then they're fighting and stuff. Like, let's get like start being a little bit more serious. Don't make it all just color. Like, I feel like they're just trying to be super colorful with their movies.
That's what I really liked about Phase 1 of Marvel is like the serious tone of it. Like Iron Man 1, Thor 1, Captain America 1, bro. Like
It was like more grounded.
you remember Thor 1 when like how significant it was when like Odin was talking to like the hammer, bro. Pause and fucking
Mm-hmm.
uh
Whoever should
bro,
hold
like
this hammer
that's
shall
like
be.
impactful,
Yeah.
bro. Like but like nowadays
Mm-hmm.
it's just like you look at Thor and it's like, oh, like the clip that goes around everywhere is like Thor and Zeus in the Colosseum and it's like, bro, like that's like takes away from the character in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. But that's why
I
I like Thunderbolts. I definitely suggest seeing because they went back to that grounded. Everything meant more.
One
I
positive thing
believe
I will say about Marvel and like the Thor series is Ragnarok was cool with like Hulk being trapped in like a gladiator pit. I really did like that.
Mm-hmm.
fun fact that's actually a pull from a different movie, from a different anime movie. I did love
Well, I
Oh,
that
mean,
too.
I'm sure it's from the comics too.
Yeah, yeah,
oh
it
yeah.
is.
But that
But
one
no,
more
there's
had Beta Ray Bill in it, which yeah.
yeah, yeah. Beta Ray Bill got fucked up,
But like
dude. I
what I think what Marvel's got planned for the future and how like Kevin Feige said that he's gonna go back to the roots of Marvel. I think they're gonna be really good. Like from what I was reading up earlier today on it.
like
So I want to
I
know what
can't.
DC's plans are because I mean DC has
DC's
uh
rebooting with Superman right now.
yeah, and I like what they're doing. Like the clips that they've shown. It looks good. They have James Gunn directing it, who was the OG for Guardians of the Galaxy.
I
So,
think
DC needs to get their shit together regardless though because even though they're
I
resetting their main universe, they're coming out with these solo movies like Joker and Batman. Mind you, I don't think they're going to do a Joker 3, but I know they're going to do another Batman movie with Robert Pattinson, which I think is
hmm
good in my opinion for DC, but they're going to reset the universe with Superman and they also have a possibility potentially, I guess if the actors don't get locked up, I guess of doing like a multiversal type thing like that Marvel's doing. So maybe Henry Cavill comes back, maybe Gal Gadot comes back. She actually just got cast for a movie, but I mean,
hmm
maybe they come back. I know they're working on a Lobo. Lobo is gonna appear at some point. Jason Momoa is gonna play him.
man.
So I mean, that should be something on the horizon as well for DC.
I believe random question. What's better? Batman animated series or the Amazing Spectac or the Amazing Spider-Man or the Spectacular Spider-Man series?
Are we talking about all Spider-Man and all Batman
No, no, no.
animated series?
No, he's talking
No,
about
no,
the
no.
TV show animated show.
I'm talking about the specific TV show with Batman, like the old school one that leads into the Batman Beyond, which I'm sorry that leads from Batman to Justice League, that leads into Batman Forever, that leads into Batman Beyond, and then I'm talking about the Amazing Spider-Man, the one that has the soundtrack of Spectacular, Spectacular Spider-Man, where he's going to school, like
I didn't
as a
watch
high
either of them,
schooler.
so I can't put input on that.
Real? Wow. Okay.
What Batman show was it?
It's called Batman Animated Series.
Batman the animated series. Let me look
Yep.
that up real quick.
The only superhero animated series I really watched were either Teen Titans or that one that Kyle made me watch that one time, or like when
Yeah, I
they were
watched
all
those.
aliens, or not aliens, zombies. You remember that Canvas when we watched that one Marvel movie?
The logo should
Um,
be Batman standing
yeah.
on a building. His
No,
cape
that
is
was
in the wind.
Justice League Dark Apocalypse War or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was insane. That movie
But
was
I would take um
me personally. I'm taking Batman.
that's hard, bro. It's honestly
Like
really hard.
Spectacular
Honestly,
Spider-Man was
between
amazing.
those two shows though, I'm taking Spider-Man. I wait. No, I'd take Batman. I gotta look up the Spider-Man show to be honest with you. I don't know which one you're referencing, so I can't really say. But there is, I think the Amazing Spider-Man series
I'm sorry.
that I used
It's
to watch.
I believe it's called Spectacular Spider-Man. It used to show on
Spectacular.
Disney. Yeah, to show on Disney.
Is
Back
that
in
like
the day.
newer?
No,
Spectacular
no, this is back in the day. This is
Spider-Man.
like this is like I believe like mid mid 2000s to maybe mid 2010s.
Yeah, no. Unless it's a '90s Spider-Man, bro, I'm taking that Batman series because they just had too many like too much of the universe, bro. Too much of the universe in that Batman series.
To be fair,
Whereas like that Spider-Man series, I feel like was not as
they also did in Spectacular Spider-Man. They did.
in world building for the Spider-Man series.
No, they did though, because the hell the Defenders made a fucking appearance in Spectacular Spider-Man. So did Iron Man, Captain America, and Hawkeye, Thor. Like they were there. The Avengers and the Defenders probably I can't remember minus Doctor Strange. You can quote me on that. I don't know. Were they? I mean, yeah, in
Hey man,
Batman.
Spectacular Spider-Man
I
does
mean, I'm
not
taking
have
Batman
shit
the animated
on
series.
'90s Spider-Man, bro. I'm sorry, I gotta take the Batman series.
Yeah, I'm also taking the Batman series.
That '90s Spider-Man series is my favorite Spider-Man content of all
The
time, movies regardless.
the '90s Batman series always have it's too good. It's too good. Too many things happen. Too good. I will never. Like, I can't. I can't. But I'm gonna make a statement.
So what do you guys think? Hold on. What was the final verdict between Spider-Man and Batman movies? Like, what do you guys think is better?
Tobey
I'll say
Maguire.
Spider Man.
I
I
take
got
Tobey
Batman
Maguire's.
movies.
I got Tobey Maguire's Spider Man.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire's Spider Man.
I got Val
It's too
Kilmer's
good.
Batman.
You going '90s on me?
You got
Oh,
Tommy
that's
Lee Jones, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I think Jim
yeah.
Carrey
That
as all the
yeah.
villains.
Yeah. That's like what '94, '97.
Those movies were great, bro.
Yeah. I also wholeheartedly believe that DC Comics are that is a Marvel comic.
You think
Oh.
DC Comics are better than Marvel Comics?
Yeah. Yeah. Have you seen? Okay, and this
I'm
has
a
nothing
bigger
to do.
DC fan than a Marvel fan, so I mean, I would agree, honestly.
I mean, I guess I'm
Hold
more
on.
Marvel.
Wait. You. Am I tripping? Count? Didn't he say he was a more of a Marvel fan than a
No, that was
DC
just
fan?
I said that.
You
No,
said
I'm
that.
more of a
Okay.
DC fan.
Yeah, I know
I am
Kyle.
too.
I know Canvas is more of a DC fan.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Have you seen the new comics for the new rebirth of Superman and Batman?
I have not, no.
Dude, look it up right now. Look it up right now. Batman. Okay, so Batman has a fucking. You know how he has a symbol on his chest, right? He has a staff, but it's pole that he can attach to his symbol, and it's a fucking it's an axe. My don't look up Rebirth Batman. That's a whole other thing. Look up just like the new Batman. It should pop up. Batman's Batman looks so fucking metal, and I mean that by every single word, like meaning of the word.
Alright, I'm looking right now.
Let me look too, just so I can show you. Just new.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean.
Hold on, I'm looking up right now. My bad. Look up. Oh, Absolute Batman. That's what it's called. Absolute Batman. This is the absolute universe. My bad.
Oh, I'm seeing him right now. What did you say about the middle of his chest for Batman?
So the symbol on the middle of his chest, he can attach a pole to it, and it becomes an axe.
That's pretty fire.
That's right. I thought he looked super fucking metal.
Yeah, I like the spikes, bro. That's actually pretty
It's
sick.
so cool. And then look up Absolute Superman.
These are the new characters.
These are the new characters.
So you think Robert Pattinson's gonna get that design for Batman?
I kind of hope not. You see how buff Batman is?
Yo, what do you what if they bring this new Superman in Robert Pattinson's Batman universe?
That'd be sick as shit.
I think honestly
Superman,
they could do that, bro.
but Absolute Superman looks like yeah, you already saw it. But if I do this, I read those comics. I'll look at the more those comics.
Yeah, I'll definitely look into them for sure.
Yeah.
Witzy, you
Now,
agree that Marvel comics are worse than DC?
Are you asking?
You
you
or Big A,
I
I
mean,
guess if he's here.
I've only read really Marvel comics, but I know DC comics are huge. Um, but yeah, I'd give DC the point on better comics. But
and
I mean,
then
that doesn't mean Marvel's comics are bad in any way.
no. This is
They're
good
both
versus great.
insanely, yeah. But no, I'd say DC has better comics.
Then Canvas tried to make a point earlier saying that the Avengers versus the Justice League, if I heard that
All right,
correctly.
but like, which of are we talking movie wise or like?
We'll
Because like
go.
like right now I'm looking at comics current Marvel Avengers
That's what I
team
like
right
to
now.
hear. That's what I like to hear.
Like right now
Yeah.
it's like Cap, Iron Man, Thor, She-Hulk, Captain Marvel, Black Panther, Ghost Rider, Blade, Black Widow, and Doctor Strange. I don't know what DC's current
So like
Injustice League is.
I'll just go iconic Justice League. So we'll go with the founding seven. We'll go Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, Green Lantern. La, 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 I'm missing two. Flash and I'm missing one more. Hold on. Can't remember their fucking name.
Aquaman
JLA. Aquaman.
or Cyborg,
No, not Cyborg.
Green
I mean,
Lantern, Hal Jordan.
Hold on. It's Hawk Girl. Hawk Girl. No, never mind. This is an incorrect list. Fuck on. Sorry. It's Aquaman. It's Aquaman.
Yo,
It's
what are you
Aquaman.
guys basing this off of for
the
the Avengers
original.
versus?
The original. Like,
What do you mean the
yeah,
original?
so the original Avengers
So
versus the
2012 Avengers movie, or what are you
we're not
talking
going.
about?
No, I'm going comic and movie accuracy here, but I can't go movie accuracy because Martian Manhunter is not. I don't believe Martian. He was, but I don't think he's been blah, 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 fucking inaugurated into the JLA in the movies, but in the comics and in the show, he's one of the founding seven, and like the founding seven members of the JLA, excuse me, have always been concurrent for the most part. Like that hasn't changed. I know with the Avengers, the team has changed. I don't know if the
Yeah,
original
I'm trying to
members.
find it.
Yeah, I
And
know the team's changed a lot. One time Ant-Man was on,
it
so I
says
have no clue.
the Avengers were original Avengers in the comics were Iron Man, Ant Man, Hulk, Thor, and Wasp. But I
Iron
don't know
Man,
how true that is, but
Hulk, Thor, and
I
Wasp.
believe it.
Let's do
Yo, let's write these down though.
original
Let's figure out who
Avenger
we're
members.
basing this off of and who we're version. You said
All right,
movie and
it says
comic
Captain
accuracy,
America
which is
was
fine.
discovered and trapped in ice in issue number 4, so he joined the group after. So I guess you can throw Cap in there.
Because Avengers 1 and then 3, it was Iron Man, Ant-Man, Hulk, Thor, and Wasp, and then they got two more. Like they got two more three more with fucking Steve Rogers, Black Widow, and Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Give me
So
a
to
full
make it
list.
fair,
Give me a full list.
so for
Iron
the
Man.
Justice, go on.
All right, go ahead.
No, you got
Iron
it.
Man. Iron Man.
Iron Man, Ant Man, Hulk, Thor, and Wasp, and throw Captain America in there too.
You could throw Black Widow and
Why is
Hawkeye too.
Wasp on the team, bro?
Wasp was
It's, that's how it was.
it was Ant-Man and Wasp.
Ant Man
When
and Wasp. Yeah.
are you
So
guys going according to the timeline or like what actually came out?
we're going out. We're going based off of like
When they first ever
originality.
created the Avengers.
Yeah,
You
when
said
they were
Hawkeye
first
too or
assembled.
no?
Yes,
Hawkeye and Black Widow too.
Because that's six.
Hawkeye.
JLA has 7. Do you want to add one more, like one iconic person who was in there?
I mean,
Because isn't it
Wow.
6?
yeah,
Cap,
the
Iron
Avengers
Thor,
6.
Okay, yeah, and then for the Justice League canvas, it's Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Martian
Hold on, one
Manhunter.
sec, one sec, one sec, one sec.
Oh, sorry.
You said Batman, Superman,
Wonder Woman,
Wonder Woman,
Martian Manhunter,
Martian Manhunter. Okay.
Green Lantern, Aquaman,
Okay.
Flash.
Okay.
I believe that's 7. Yeah.
Yep.
That's it. And to make it fair, do you want to add one more person who has been?
No, because I don't care. I know, like, I'm going to give it to DC because all your characters are, like, insane.
They're they're busted. They're fucking busted.
Like, we have Hulk and Thor. Those are our two big hitters.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Like,
I'd give it to you. Like, you're really just hoping Thor and Hulk can hold off the Superman and, like, Wonder and Martian Manhunter.
Yep. Yeah,
Like,
that's what you with it, yeah.
when you add in, like, did you say Flash? Is Flash part of them or
Yeah,
no? I don't.
yeah, Flash.
When you add speed, you're kind of screwed. Like I was thinking about that today. Like speed is kind of like an overpowered. Like I'd almost rather have super speed than super strength because if you have super speed, you're almost untouchable.
Yeah, you're busted.
Depending on how you.
Fucking busted. Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you want to go hitter for hitter then?
Sure, we can.
All right. Tell me someone who you got, and then I'll try to match up, and then we'll go vice versa.
I mean, I'll go with Thor because I feel like he's like our ace.
Thor's your ace.
Yeah, I'd say Thor's my ace.
Definitely, for sure. Well, I'd actually use Thor to take out Wonder Woman. I'm not gonna lie. I'm on DC's side though.
No, I'd use Thor against Superman because Superman's weak against magic.
I would. Let's say Wonder Woman.
Say Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen people do like the videos where they they have them fight each other.
Is Wonder Woman damaged by magic or not? Sorry to cut you off.
Wonder Woman can. Wonder Woman does not have a weakness to
Yeah, she just takes damage.
Excuse me. One of like
She's
one like as Batman stated, the only way you could beat Wonder Woman in a fight is either A, you overpower her, or B, you exhaust her. It's one of the other.
All right,
She doesn't
so
have a
who do you think
weakness.
comes out of that though?
Me personally, I'd have to go with Wonder Woman.
uh
I
Because this
think
this is this is
Thor
this is
comes out of
Greek.
that, bro.
This is Greek versus
I
Norse mythology.
yeah. I want to say Thor, but I low key think it is Wonder Woman.
I think Wonder Woman has
It's just got better hacks. She's got lasso of
she does
truth.
dude. Lasso of Truth, Brightness of Submission.
She's more agile.
Yeah, yeah, I think when it comes to hacks, combat skill, and speed, Wonder Woman's got it. I think when it comes to um when it comes to strength and durability, I believe
So like when
Thor's
I look
got
at
it.
even when I look it up, it says like well Thor has more strength and power. Wonder Woman's just better at speed, skill, and with her lasso abilities, she just comes out on top.
Right.
But it's close. Like
But
it
yeah, it'll be close now.
they can fight 20 times and she might win 11 out of those 20.
Right. Or even when they do fight, like Wonder Woman's winning by the skin of her teeth.
Yeah. Both aren't
Right.
coming out of it. Neither of them are coming out of it unscathed. Like
Sure. I will. I'll give you somebody. I will give you Martian Manhunter.
I mean, give me Ant-Man.
You going Ant fucking Man?
I'm say I because I want to say Iron Man, but I want Iron Man. I feel like it's my best bet against Flash.
Okay. Ant Man versus Martian Manhunter is such a fucking
Well, like I
mismatch.
said, you guys have a better team because
Okay,
Martian Manhunter is literally almost just like Superman in terms of abilities.
but he does have one. But he does have a weakness, though. He does have a crippling weakness. Fire. He's weakness to fire.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I'd say that's a Martian Manhunter diff easy, bro. Honestly.
oh for sure. Yeah, that's it. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I
like
don't like Marvel Avengers don't have a guy like if you had Thor against him, maybe or Hulk,
maybe.
but Hulk would be my best against Superman. The whole
I mean,
Hulk
what are we
versus
talking
Superman is
about though
crazy.
with prep time though? Before I say that though, because like Ant Man can get like super small and potentially go
So can
in
Martian Manhunter.
Martian
Yeah,
Manhunter's body.
Martian Manhunter can
Martian
shapeshift.
Manhunter, yeah, he can shapeshift, I guess, but I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
Hypothetically, if Martian Manhunter can shapeshift into a snake, he can shape. He can have that shapeshift small enough to be the size of Ant Man.
All
When
right,
it
so we
comes to
got
like the
Martian
Marvel
Manhunter
universe,
on
so
top.
are we agreeing Martian Manhunter? Kevin? I mean Kevin.
I'd say Martian Manhunter comes on top. I'd say a lot of your characters come out on top. Honestly, I
Also,
don't want to just forfeit just like that, but like it's just you have too much heavy hitters.
you know who I will give you though.
What?
If Batman and Iron Man fought, I
Yeah,
won't
that one
lie to you.
I give that to Iron Man. Just his
I
tech.
also give that to Iron Man.
Yeah.
I think it'd be high diff, but I think Iron Man will win that one for sure.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. And I don't even think he would really have to fight if he had the prep time. He could literally
Who,
send his
Iron
Iron
Man?
Man bots, bro. He wouldn't even have to fight. He could literally send his Iron Man bots.
Now,
I think Iron Man could just do too much at once and cause Batman to just
now I do want to keep this interesting. So give me an iteration of Iron Man, and I'll give you an
hmm?
iteration of
I feel like
I
there's
give
more people on the Avengers, so eventually we're gonna have to run into like a 2v1, so it's like fair.
there were people on the Justice League though.
No, there's not. There can't be.
Yeah, there is. There is. There's
3,
7 Justice League members and there's
7,
6 Avengers.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 8 Avengers. I have Iron Man, Ant Man, Hulk, Thor, Wasp, Captain America, Hawkeye, and Black Widow.
It should be Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, Aquaman, Flash. There's 7.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Oh,
So
fuck
we
it.
added.
So there's 8
Oh, you added-
Avengers.
right,
So
right,
eventually there's
okay.
got to be like a 2v1 or something. I feel like to make it fair.
Okay, my 2v1,
Maybe Hawkeye
It's
and Black
Flash.
Widow fight together.
like my 2v1 is easily Flash.
Flash for your 1 and me to
What's up,
throw up
Flash?
2.
Throw up 2.
Hey, what
Fuck
about?
it.
Wait. Who's Flash versing?
I don't even. Are we
I-
already
I
like?
think
counting
Hawkeye and
out
Black
old
Widow
colors?
should verse Green Lantern. I think they
Say it
might have
again?
a chance against that, bro. Hawkeye and
Say it
Black
again?
Widow
No.
versus Green Lantern.
You know what? That's not a
Can't-
bad shoot. It's not a bad
Both
shout.
of them, bro.
Is
Both
Green
of them.
Lantern, can Green Lantern just make like he can make anything that is mind things, right?
Indeed, yes.
So couldn't he just make duplicates with his ring of them to go fight him, and then he could just watch him fight, and then just like make a fucking nuke and just.
It's
drop
like
it
a
on him.
projectile from his ring. You can't just like make a clone and then have it go off.
Now hold on here. Because we can get like I was saying before, we can get real fucking specific. Because there are 3 or 4 Green Lanterns. There's Guy Gardner. There's Jake. There's
He's
We're
gonna be
talking
the
about
one.
Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan.
Hal Jordan. Okay,
Oh,
Hal
sorry.
Jordan. All right.
The OP,
All right.
OG.
So, Hal Jordan is the strongest Green Lantern there is.
Yeah.
Besides Kyle Langer, Hal Jordan is the strongest Green Lantern there is. I would say if I'm you, Witzy, I'm putting Hawkeye and Black Widow versus Flash.
Yeah. I'd probably do.
I'd put Green Lantern against Captain America or Wasp.
Captain America. Yeah.
And then, or
I don't know.
if I
That
had my
2v1
choice-
I feel like might cook Green Lantern, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No.
Hawkeye and Black Widow versus Green Lantern.
Or it might
I
even
don't think
cook
so.
Aquaman. If it's on
Yeah.
land, it might cook
Dude.
Aquaman. Because what's
Also,
Aquaman
I
gonna
want-
do on land, bro? Aquaman can't do shit
Also-
on land.
I also want to clarify. I forgot to say before, Kevin. When I was like, hey, one versus two, whatever. You can the Marvel versus DC fight. It's over. We know this lose. To bar none. What I also meant to add on was you can use anyone else other than
What? You cut out.
you can use anyone else other than the Avengers.
You're saying anyone in
I-
Marvel?
Anyone in
available?
Marvel versus anyone in Marvel versus anyone in DC.
That's what we
Well,
want to change
alright.
it to before we finish, or not?
Huh?
Well,
That's what we want to
because I
change
was
it to,
gonna
or
go
not? Are we changing
Well,
it to
I was
that,
gonna
or
go to,
no?
like,
Are we changing?
every anyone who's ever been in the Avengers versus anyone who's ever been in Justice League.
Well, I don't. That wouldn't be fair because the Justice League is like. Do you want to go like founding members? Okay, so like Justice League is. That's like
Yeah, you
the
gotta explain the
Avengers need to-
parameters for it for sure. But
yeah.
are we
yeah.
changing
Well,
this, or are we finishing this list?
We already know, like we already agreed. DC, the Justice League beats the
DC,
Avengers.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
founding versions.
Let's change the list.
How about top 5 from each comic? Like
Say
our
less.
considerations. But let's. Cause I don't want to be like, oh, Beyonder Eternity. Like I'm not gonna go down that route. Let's not go down that route. Let's like
The
keep
one
it.
above all, the one below
Yeah,
all.
like, let's like farthest go like dark side versus like Thanos. Well, not them, but like to that highest of power ranking.
Sure. Okay. All right. All right. Bet. I'm gonna let you start this one off. I'm gonna let you start this one off, and then
Alright.
I'll think for a second.
Yeah, I'm creating.
Okay. Fuck yeah.
All right, let me know the characters you guys are picking. I'll write them down.
We're gonna go 1-1 here, so we're gonna do it one by one, just so we have time in between.
Are we doing also like different versions? Like,
You can do certain iterations for sure,
all right.
because then that makes it more interesting.
All right, let's not do
Seriously,
like. Did you guys already establish we're not doing some crazy power scaling shit or no?
yeah, we're not.
We're not doing
We're
like
not.
eternal, like cosmic beings, like the one above
Yeah,
all. Or,
one but all versus like Spectre or some shit.
yeah.
All right. Let's get it. Who you guys got for
Oh,
Marvel or DC?
Dude, there's so many I want to do.
I know,
But
right? I
I'm
know.
not like I want to put Franklin Richards in here, but I'm not gonna add him because he's kind of
Are you-
Hulk.
fucking.
are you
Hulk's
doing-
got to
are
be
you-
in for Marvel, right? Hulk.
Are you doing like the maker Franklin Richards?
Yeah, I'm not doing that though.
Yo, that's OD.
So like I will tell you one of my characters is gonna be like World Breaker Hawk.
That's fair. Hey man, one of my characters, Mobius Chair Wally West.
What the fuck did you just say?
Mobius Chair Wally West. Thing.
Okay. Kevin, who you got? What's who you got?
I have Sentry.
That's good. That's good.
Goldie.
Hold on, I'm not there yet.
I'll tell you my second.
Goldie's pulling up a list of strongest DC characters right now.
No, I got my second. It's Hyperion. Basically the same thing as Sentry, but
It's the same thing as Century, but it's just like a different iteration.
Okay.
Okay, so
Well, you got 3. Did you not? You got Worldbreaker, Hulk, Sentry, and Hyperion.
I'm adding. I'm making 5. I have 5 characters.
Goldie, you got 2 picks right now.
I do. What was my second pick?
I'm saying you got. I'm saying you're up right now. You got 2 picks.
Oh, okay. I'm going Superman 1,000,000.
So you guys are power scaling the shit out of this.
We are power scaling the shit out of this.
We're using a character that can be.
You guys are definitely both looking up lists. I know Kevin does not.
I
know you do not know anything about Hyperion, bro. Who is Hyperion? Name three Hyperion abilities right now, off the top of your head. No
Super
delay.
speed,
Right
super
now. Right now.
Super speed, super strength, and flight. He's literally Superman's copy.
He is Superman's copy. He is Superman's copy. He is Superman's copy.
So is Sentry with a little bit more to it.
So Sentry has a little bit of a kick to him. Like Sentry has
Sentry can like revive souls and stuff too.
Sentry is unkillable pretty much.
Goldie, you got another pick?
I'm sorry, what?
You got it. It's your turn again. Go ahead.
It's going to be Kyle Rayner. Now, I want to be specific. I want to be specific here. Kyle Rayner, White Lantern.
White Lantern, okay.
White Lantern. This is White Lantern Kyle Rayner.
Okay.
How many does he have now? 3?
That's 3.
You're up, Witzy.
All right, you want to know my 4th?
No. Yeah, you're 4th. You're 4th.
That's 4th.
Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Okay. Goldie, you're up. 4th pick.
Mine is going to be. Oh, this is fucking. Oh, dude. Okay. Omega Batman.
Omega Batman.
Omega Batman. I could have went higher, but I'm not.
I know. My last one's a good one.
What is it?
God Emperor Doom.
God Emperor Doom. Okay.
Okay, Goldie, what's your last pick?
Oh, I'm thinking. Okay, so I don't know if I want to do this one. Okay.
I know there's a lot of good choices. Like I could have
Yeah,
done Thor, fucking
all
King,
right. Here's
King Rune Thor, all that.
you can do. Yeah, you can do King Root Thor. You can do Herald of Thunder Thor. Okay, I'm gonna go with.
There's so many
And
different.
you're not gonna be able to spell this. Mr. Mixley Pillix.
Who the fuck is that?
And you spell his name by it's MXYZPTLK.
Yeah, that's not real.
That is
What is
real.
that? That's not real, bro. That's not a real word.
Look it up.
Let me
Look it up. Look it up. Look it up.
MX
Look it up.
Mr.
Mixie
Who the fuck is
Pillix.
this guy?
Mr. Mixie Pillix. This guy is a to like
Oh, I remember him from that movie.
To relate him to Marvel terms.
He's in Justice League Dark.
He is the one above all level character.
What the fuck? I didn't pick a one above all level.
He is a one above
I
all.
picked a guy that's
My
all
bad.
about.
Nah, you violated because you guys agreed to that
My
before,
bad,
bro.
My bad.
You
I'm
guys,
sorry.
Yeah, I picked
Okay,
all
fine.
about.
you agreed to that before.
Fine,
No,
fine,
no one above all
fine.
characters.
Fine. I'm going to go with fine. I'll do this then. I will go with Batman. I will go with hold on. No, I can't do that. It's the same thing. Fuck. I will do. Well, I'm thinking it's hard. Oh, actually, give me. Can't do that. Can't do that either. Fucking stupid. Excuse me. Doomsday. Give me Doomsday.
Okay. All right. So let's debate.
All right.
Can you guys see the list on my stream or no?
Yeah, I saw it.
I saw the list. Yeah. Oh, also, make sure you have Trapper next to Doomsday's name.
Trapper. Okay.
Trapper Doomsday.
Okay. So who you guys starting off with?
I violated the rules, so you can go first. You can pick wherever you want.
Let me look at my list. We'll start with World Breaker Hulk.
Okay, then I will go with I will go Trapper Doomsday.
Damn, I was hoping you weren't.
Yeah. So I'm very familiar with World Breaker Hulk's story. That's me personally. That is my favorite variant of Hulk. When he gets sent off, when he gets exiled because of the Illuminati, he becomes king of that place. All his people die, including his wife and son. Back to Earth, he goes toe to toe with Sentry and Hyperion. He fights Hyperion to stand still. He fucking.
Sentry.
I'm sorry, my bad. He fights Sentry to a standstill. He absolutely obliterates Black Adam. Like that. And every time he walks, he creates an earthquake. That is OD. Now I'm gonna ask you this one question: do you think World Breaker Hulk can beat Superman?
Yeah.
Easily, or with
I think it's tough, but I think he can do it. Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, right? Trapper Doomsday His full name
Doomsday's
is
broken, bro. he
No,
adapts.
Wait, wait,
Doomsday
wait,
is
wait,
Superman.
wait,
No,
wait, wait.
Doomsday
Time
is
out, time out, time
Superman
out.
level.
Time out, time out, time out. What
What?
version of Superman are you talking about? Because we're talking about World Breaker Hulk. We're not talking about regular Hulk. So you need to clarify what version of Superman you're
No,
talking
regular
about.
Superman. No, regular Superman. Just like a
And Witzy, you still think that would be a hard fight for World Breaker Hulk or no?
I think it'd be a hard fight, but I think
Yeah.
Hulk would ultimately come out on end.
Right. Okay. That's what I was wondering. So a regular Doomsday can kill Superman. This has been shown. Now we know Hulk's powers. He can regenerate himself. It's very hard to kill Hulk. Okay? The more mad he gets, the more powerful he gets. Here's Doomsday's thing. Doomsday, anytime he gets injured by something, his body learns to become resistant to it.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think an all-out brawl between Hulk and Doomsday? Do you think Hulk's coming on top? And to specify,
I think that
Trapper Doomsday also has control over time. Like he can see the future. I don't know any character in Marvel that can. I know there are a few, but he has control over time. Hell,
this might be a dumb answer, but I think that fight just doesn't end.
I
Because,
think
like you said, Hulk just constantly just gets stronger and stronger
right.
the
I
more mad he
think
gets. So I think, so like every time Hulk does something to Doomsday, he'll learn to not be hurt by it because he adapts to it.
right.
But then Hulk's gonna get angry because Doomsday's gonna hit him or
Uh,
whatever, and it's just
uh,
gonna keep going back and forth. But I think
I
eventually
believe
Doomsday comes out on top.
I believe that since this is what Burger Help I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm.
if Doomsday can survive space, Hulk
Mm-hmm.
can't.
True.
Because at this point, these are two planet busters. I believe that. Yeah, I believe that Doomsday would eventually, like after some fucking days, would beat Hulk
Yeah. I'll
Simply
give
by
it to Doomsday.
surviving or actually beating him? Because if they just
here. Either
destroy the
or.
planet and then Hulk dies, like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh, the
Yeah.
planet's for sure getting destroyed if they
The
fought.
planet's getting destroyed. The
Like,
planet's getting destroyed.
like yeah, he won, but he didn't really like win, you know.
He did win. He did win.
Yeah, but if he
I'd give it
dies
to
from
Doomsday.
space, then he
We
doesn't die from Darkseid.
we already agreed that these two are planet busters. So the fight is going to continue after the planet's destroyed. Or one of them is going to get destroyed by
Yeah,
the
but then the
planet.
fight gets thrown off a technicality. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I guess
Okay,
that he wins off
that's also in
surviving.
the play.
So, all right, I'll
I
mark
think,
it down as Doomsday winning.
yeah, I think Doomsday wins you because of survival. Like Doomsday is a mindless, senseless creature who just wants to fight.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Witzy,
Do you think
you're up next
there?
on your pick.
No, he picks first. But first, do you think there is one character on my list that could defeat that Doomsday?
God Emperor Doom.
Okay, just want to see what you thought. All right, but
Yeah.
you pick next on your first.
Okay, I will go. This is so fucking broken. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. I will go with Omega Bat.
All right, I'll go with. I'll go with Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Cosmic Ghost Rider. Okay. Let's start out with name Ghost Rider's feats, and I'll name Omega Batman's feats.
Let me.
If you want to pull up a list, go for it. Pull up a list. Is like I think it's very hard to not have universal threats on our teams.
Mhm.
Obviously, we didn't go with someone OP like the Beyonder, what above all, or the Presence, or like the Anti Monitor, or the Sentinels. But at the same time, these are variants of characters who have gotten to that level, or just characters who are at that level. But yeah,
Um,
Y'all are
well, I
crazy for
can't really
power
find.
scaling it to this level, bro.
I mean, so like Ghost Rider just he has so much immense power, and he literally manipulates fabric of time
Who did
right.
or
Goldie pick?
reality.
Who did Goldie
All
pick?
right, got. I picked Omega Batman for this one.
Okay, okay.
So Omega Batman, he has telepathy and mind control, and he can control other people's bodies. He's able to alter reality, create or destroy things at will, and teleport himself to anywhere he wants to be. He's I wouldn't call him immortal or invincible, but there are very little things that he can be harmed by. He has dark side's omega beams, if you know how powerful those are. He also has mastery over the anti-life equation, which allows him to control sentient life and manipulate reality. He's able to travel through dimensions, and he's allowed to manipulate energy, as in absorbing it and using it for his own purposes.
Okay.
Um,
Well, and Ghost Rider's abilities, you got like superhuman physical characteristics. He's got flight, energy manipulation, space, self substance, time and dimensional travel. He's regenerable, chain manipulation, fire manipulation, hellfire manipulation, resurrection, and he's pretty much has immortality. He's killed the Hulk, Beta Ray Bill, Nova, Doctor Strange, Thanos, Nova. So yeah.
I think
Damn.
When I look it up, those two battling, it says Cosmic Ghost Rider would likely win due to a significant higher power level and diverse abilities. But
yeah,
I,
I think
I don't know.
I think I hate to say it, but
I think Ghost Rider comes out on top here.
I think Ghost Rider does come on top here.
Because what it
Alright,
says is
oh,
like Batman's primary power lies in his ability to manipulate dark matter.
Yeah,
Um,
and,
but
yeah,
that's like I think Ghost Rider just has too many different power sets to that he can do
yeah. I think
Witzy, you're up,
yeah.
you're up, you're up.
for character pick.
Yep.
All right. We'll go Sentry.
Okay. Fair, I'm not gonna lie to you. Everyone else knows this will be so I'm
Hey,
gonna go
once you
with
use a character, you can't use it till the next round. I just want to throw that out there.
I was
yeah.
already following that.
Me too. Um, Century. I'm going. Fuck it, dude. I go with white. No. Do it, man. Do it, man. Do it. Okay, bet. I'm doing Wally West. No. I'm doing White Lantern Kyle Rayner. That's what I'm doing.
That's what you're doing.
That's what I'm doing. Now,
All right, well, let the debate
my
begin.
question is, you didn't give a variant of Sentry.
Okay.
Is this Angry Sentry or Void Sentry?
This is Void Sentry.
All right. We should because he should clarify
That's
because Void Sentry is a
yeah.
whole
I
other
realize I
fucking
just said
unit.
basic Sentry because Sentry is basically multiple versions of himself.
Because yeah, Sentry has different personalities.
Mm-hmm.
So put next to Sentry
Like
Void, because Void Sentry is a fucking monster.
he's fucking yeah.
I got it down. I got it down.
Um,
Because I think, because okay, so White Lantern Kyle Rayner was keeping up with Superboy Prime, I believe.
problem is so Sentry's whole thing is like he his only weakness is himself. So it's up
So
until that void is just too much for his actual body to handle.
yeah, because
But
he
like
just
other
he
than
doesn't
that,
remember it.
he's unkillable. Like he's been shredded to a single molecule and literally regenerated his entire body.
No, the thing with Kyle Rayner is his whole thing is he controls the whole emotional spectrum. He has the power of
So
all
he can just
abilities.
yeah.
Yeah, he can teleport, he can heal, he can create constructs, he can even fucking bring back the dead. He can sense and absorb energy. He can use wormholes. He can to travel. He can manipulate light. Fucking someone
I'd say
called me.
Sentry beats him if he wasn't White Lantern.
You say he beats him if he wasn't a White Lantern.
Yeah, if he is White Lantern, it becomes more of a problem. Yeah, Kyle has better resistance and molecular manipulation than Sentry
Uh,
does. But
I
how fast is Kyle Rayner?
he can
Well,
teleport.
he can teleport. Yeah.
Like the thing is, I don't. I want to say like this is a hard one because if you add the void to it,
The void causes just absolute chaos,
that's
making him
that's
just.
that's all power.
It's hard because then a void sentry isn't just gonna like you're not gonna beat him in like strength. You're just you have to emotionally get to him to where he just crashes out and then just
So he's kind of like
stops.
Homelander.
He's way better than Homelander's a little boy compared to both these characters.
I'm gonna say that the void, White Lantern Century. I mean White Lantern Kyle Rayner.
You're gonna say the void?
Yeah,
All right. I mean, I'd take it. I think it's both. It's both. Both are very strong against each other, but the void is just the void. He's darkness. He's everything.
yeah.
All right,
I would
so
actually.
we got Sentry taking the dub over Kyle Rayner, White Lantern. Goldie, you're up for a
I
pick.
I kind of forgot that like in the grand scheme of things, White Lantern Kyle. I know Kyle Rayner is fucking OP Lantern. I know White Lantern in general are actually really fucking OP. I know Batman, with the White Lantern, like his shit was unstoppable. But I believe that when it comes to Sentry, excuse me, when it comes to Void Sentry, maybe even Sentry in general, I believe that Sentry could just easily, kind of easily overpower Kyle Rayner.
Yeah. I mean, he went toe to toe with World Breaker Hulk,
Yeah,
basically saying he could destroy a fucking continent if he can wants to.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, all right. Let's
On
go
the
through
next
these
one,
last
Third
two
round, third
faster because
round,
our roommates here.
third round,
all right,
third round.
So,
I
all right,
bet
to make it go faster, I'll pick Hyperion.
Mobius. I'm going Mobius chair Wally West.
All right, Witzy,
Now,
what's your pick?
Mine's Hyperion.
okay, I'm not gonna lie here. Um, Mobius chair whoops your ass. I,
Yeah, Hyperion's on a huge disadvantage.
now, because everyone else remember that meme that was going around where it was just like Wally West solos all. Remember that?
No, I do not.
I do, I do. Just to list some of his powers. He's the most powerful Flash. When you think about Flashes, they're pretty OP. He's the
Hmm.
most strongest. He's the most powerful one. He he moves faster, space and time. He can manipulate dimensions. And when it comes to and that's before the Mobius chair.
Yeah.
The Mobius chair's power is, first of all, it can take you anywhere instantaneously. You can learn anything about you can learn anything about anyone, anything to that chair. It will instantly tell you. That is the god of knowledge's chair. And somehow, some way, Wally West got a hold of that chair. We also have to add into the fact that he does not think like he thinks fast, like super fast. Like we're not talking seconds or milliseconds. We're talking like I believe. Oh, what is the fastest second?
I mean, I mean, it's easy. Like Mobius chair, Wally West wins. He
Oh,
like he just possesses way more power control of everything. Like he's just better. Hyperion's really just he's Superman without other things. I'll give Mobius that for sure.
yeah, I believe it's called a septosecond. That's 10, 10 to the negative 21th power. All right, I'm gonna go. There's only one more left. It's God Emperor
Yeah.
Doom versus Superman 1,000,000. Yeah, I think
Yep.
this is the most interesting one.
Hmm.
All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Round 5, baby. Who you guys
Now,
got?
This is like Superman Prime 1,000,000, right?
this is Superman Prime 1,000,000.
And he's also weak to
I mean,
magic, bro. I
Doom
think
could
Doom
just
wins this.
blink him out of existence.
Okay, so can I switch to Superman? Because I did not mean to switch.
I mean, even
Uh,
the Reddit, I read
Nah,
everyone.
bro, you
can,
can't
can,
switch. You
can I
can't
switch to
switch.
Superman?
You can't
Uh,
switch. You can't switch.
Kevin, can I switch to Superman if you're okay with that? This is a lot.
What do you want to switch to?
Actually, yeah, it
Cosmic.
is fair because
All right,
he didn't have his sentry specified.
as void. All right, pick to somebody that you'd say is
It's
the
Cosmic
closest
Armor
battle.
Superman. Cosmic Armor Superman.
It's like, I get a lot of my uh, ideas from what people say between the two.
There, there. Now, Cosmic Armor Superman is the combination of, I believe, Superman and Ultraman, which is a
All right,
Superman from I
yeah.
think Earth 2 or Earth 3. Are you on
All right,
there?
so let me read this because this person puts each character's breakdown into like what they have.
Uh,
So, Cosmic Armor Superman, strength and abilities, meta narrative awareness, exists beyond the multiverse, able to perceive and combat threats. He's got monitor technology. Um,
he was created by the Miners. Yeah,
so he's beyond time and space. He's got multiversal scaling. Like he's defeated Mandrak,
yeah, that's a guy who
a
devours
being
entire
who
universes.
devours entire universes.
He eats universes, man. He's
Yeah.
insane.
I mean, like your Superman is capable of altering basically the plot. Like
Yes,
he's
yes.
insane.
One time one time he changed the story. Yes.
Got Emperor Doom, Beyonder power absorption, stole the power of the Beyonders. So he could theoretically steal Superman's powers.
It's true.
Reshaped all of existence, so kind of just like reshaping the story. Um, he's virtually unkillable. Has absolute authority, ruled over entire multiverse, constructed with complete control, so he can control. Um, he's killed the Beyonder, killed Molecule Man, and yeah, they both can like write the story themselves if they want. Um,
I'd say
the final verdict of this one says Cosmic Armor Superman solos his abilities directly counter meta level threats, meaning he could overwrite Doom's reality warping abilities, while God Emperor Doom is a good tier being within Marvel. Um,
Yeah, I believe the big.
then
I
there's
think the big.
argument.
Yeah, see, my big thing here is that God Emperor Doom is a is a is a multi-universal threat.
Hmm.
Cosmic Armor is a reality threat.
Hmm.
I believe that because the big diff here is uh, while God Emperor Doom is controlling multiple bodies, Cosmic Armor Superman is outside of it. He is beyond.
Yeah.
He's he's Deadpool breaking the fourth wall. He is the fourth wall type shit. So yeah, me personally, I'm thinking Superman
What I've
fucks.
seen online, it's going both ways. Um,
Then let's just
the only thing that I'd give to Superman that he has that gives him more of an edge is his experience and his hacks. Both could win, but
I
you're right. I mean, Superman lives just outside the realm of what God Emperor Doom is doing.
yeah
Both
yeah
both could just both could just be like, no, you don't exist.
I because like the Beyonder isn't outside the story, is he? Or is he?
No, he's like the tippy top of the story, though.
Right, but Cosmic Armor Superman is beyond the story.
Hmm.
Then by that logic alone, Cosmic Armor Superman. Because yeah, I heard you say they both can say you both don't exist, but Superman could just change the plot to make God Emperor Doom not exist, or change the plot to not allow God Emperor to not
Whoever
allow
exists.
Cosmic Armor to exist. Yeah,
But then God Emperor Doom could also just could steal his powers, could just take all that from him and be like, they're mine.
this is that seems very situational.
Yeah.
That seems because
It's almost like who decides to erase them first, or
because like you said, Cosmic Armor Superman has meta narrative awareness. So he can
Mhm.
see, and you say he can see threats on a story level,
Mhm.
like, like who's that guy in Marvel that who the Watcher, like on some
the
Watcher
Watchers.
shit. Yeah,
The Watchers also exist outside of
because
everybody.
they
They're
exist
their own
outside of
area.
everybody. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So, it, in that like, with that being said, Cosmic Armor Superman can see what God Emperor Doom is doing, but God Emperor Doom cannot see what Cosmic Armor Superman is doing. This is a case of who spots who first. And I think Cosmic Armor Superman spots God Emperor Doom first, in my personal opinion.
Hmm.
You
What do
don't
you?
think
I
the
guess.
strongest version of Doom couldn't hide himself from Superman?
No, because Cosmic Armor Superman is a story-altering being. I look at that as if God Emperor Doom hides himself, Cosmic Armor Superman is watching God Emperor Doom hiding himself.
Yeah, he's got a point. As
That,
much I
that,
don't get.
that's how
They're
I
both.
see it. Because they're both near above. They're both omnipotent or near omnipotent being. But the kicker here is Superman is the Watcher to Cosmic Armor to God Emperor Doom.
I'd say Cosmic Armor Superman is just slightly above, and therefore I'd say he gets the win.
I'd say he's one level above
Now,
God Emperor Doom.
so would you say Franklin Richards would beat him though?
Like the maker of Bentley Richards?
Yeah,
No.
really. They have
God
a
Emperor
vote.
Doom.
They have a vote
God
online, and it says 70% agree that Franklin Richards would beat him.
God Emperor Doom beat Franklin Richards.
That's what I thought.
So, if by our own logic, Cosmic Armor Superman beats God Emperor Doom, then I would also say that Cosmic Armor Superman also beats the Maker, because the Maker can. What the Maker did was he removed people out of the storylines, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was his whole thing. He was reshaping the multiverse into his own making by removing certain people or putting people in certain places under his own influence and control. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
right. So that's a multiversal threat versus God Emperor Doom being a um multiverse. Fuck, I don't know. With a okay, in this case, just a more powerful multiversal threat. He what didn't he you said he killed the Beyonders, controlled Molecule Man, and rule over gods. So he just took over the whole cosmic hierarchy in Marvel. With that being said, the Cosmic Armor Superman is on a he's on a narrative level. He's he can fight shit. He handles things that harm the story, let alone fiction itself. But God Emperor Doom is still I guess I would just say he's bound to the multiverse. He just rules it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like because God Emperor Doom he can Cosmic Arm Superman adapts his shit adapts to threats. Doom has godly powers.
Mm-hmm.
Superman can just rewrite reality where Doom does not have his godly powers. In
No.
okay, so now correct me if I'm wrong here, because I might have misheard you. Doom's powers rely on Molecule
Yeah, in a way. I
Man,
mean,
and you said, and wasn't he overthrown by Reed Richards?
uh, possibly I've read too much on it. Yeah, well, it was Reed Richards and Molecule Man
Right.
and Mr. Fantastic. All three of them had it.
Reed Richards is Mr. Fantastic.
Is it? Well, that's just what this says.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. It might have just been a different variant.
Yeah.
Looks like this is a Goldie 3-2 win.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got
I mean,
Goldie
a lot of them were
3-2 on
close.
top.
What?
I could come up with bigger characters too.
I could also come up with a character. I think
Free Retcon, Mr. or the Beyonder, Molecule Man, Pre Retcon.
Superboy Prime.
We got Goldie 3-2 Marvel DC.
And then we could also in another.
All right, chat. We're gonna take off. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. This will be up on YouTube for sure. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. And I hope everybody has a good night, a good day, whenever you're watching this. Thank you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 30 subs right now. So we would appreciate it. Um and we will have lots of videos coming your way.